My name is Mike Harris. I was once a U.S. Marine. If you've followed me through the earlier parts of this story, you already know I've witnessed things no one would ever want to believe. But today, this will be the last time I speak of it, the final chapter of the ghosts of war that have followed me ever since. Our unit had been ordered to seize a ruined building to establish a vantage point and provide covering fire. From above, through the scope, I caught sight of a shadow moving through the smoke and fire. On his shoulder glinted an RPG. One shot from it could have wiped out my entire squad. I squeezed the trigger. The first bullet missed. My chest tightened. My breath stuttered. I adjusted my aim and fired again. This time, the round tore through him. He collapsed, the RPG clattering onto shattered stone. His body convulsed, writhing on the ground, his cries echoing through the ruins. But what froze me wasn't the sound of his death. It was the way he looked at me. His final gaze, fixed and unyielding, as if he knew exactly who I was and wanted to etch me into his memory forever. His death came at the exact moment the morning prayers drifted through the distance. When the last syllable of the prayer faded, so did his life. That sight, that look, has never left me. Days later, after we returned to base, I woke in the middle of the night, around 2:30 a.m., to a pounding at the end of my bed. It sounded like two hands slapping against the metal frame. My body went numb. I couldn't move, not even a finger. And then something began to crawl slowly onto the mattress. I felt the weight pressing down step by step until my chest was crushed under its presence. Struggling to open my eyes, I finally saw him, the same man I had killed. His face was pale, twisted in agony, yet his eyes were exactly as they had been that night, wide, burning, and locked onto me as if to pierce my soul. I heard his teeth grinding, smelled the acrid stench of gunpowder, and then the echo of a prayer, drawn out and haunting, each word pounding in rhythm with my heartbeat. I tried to scream, to fight, but my throat was seized tight, like a hand was choking the life from me. Just before I thought I'd suffocate, I forced myself up, lunged for the light switch. The room lit up, empty. My squad still slept soundly. Nothing was there, but when I touched my neck, I felt burning welts carved into my skin. In the small mirror beside the bed, I saw bruises, finger-shaped marks, as if an unseen hand had just been wrapped around my throat. From that night on, I never knew peace again. By day, I lived like everyone else, but always with the weight of unseen eyes on me. Sometimes, I caught a flicker of a shadow outside the window or heard the sound of breathing just behind me in an empty room. It clung to me, made me a prisoner of my own life. After leaving the Marines, I went home, tried to live a normal life, but every night at 2:30 a.m., I woke. Sometimes in the mirror, I'd glimpse a figure behind me, dressed in torn fatigues, face blurred, yet with the same unforgetting eyes. On certain nights, the quiet of my house filled with faint echoes of prayer drifting in from nowhere, my family and friends said it was PTSD, that I was haunted only in my mind. But I swear to you, it was not. War never left me. It lived with me, breathed with me, and stood beside me in the darkest hours. I carried its shadow for years until one day I returned to the military cemetery. Among the rows of white headstones, I sat in silence, whispering to my fallen brothers. And I admitted something I had never said aloud. I wasn't just carrying their memory. I was carrying another soul as well. Perhaps He wasn't haunting me for revenge. Perhaps he was there to remind me of a truth too many try to forget. That war never really ends. It leaves scars in the living, in the dead, and in the silence between them. And the most terrifying truth of all, the one that never lets me sleep, is that war breeds nothing but more ghosts, more hatred, and no one ever truly wins.